Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. I interrupt your regularly scheduled programming with a special announcement. Tarte has made another shape tape. Not just any shape tape, the Face Tape shape tape. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Face Tape shape tape foundation. Before we get into discussing this foundation, if you like, maybe you might want to hit the little subscribe button down there and change it from red to gray, maybe. And then maybe once you do that, you could hit the little notification bell right beside that so that you can be alerted every time I upload a new video. Maybe. Now that you've done that, let's discuss the Shape Tape Face Tape. That's not really what it's called, I don't think, but I feel like that's what I want to call it every time because it's fun to say. The Shape Tape Face Tape? Who wouldn't want to say that? Anyway, I saw this at the front display at Ulta and I just had to get it. If you don't know, I'm constantly trying to find the perfect foundation for me. The best foundation, maybe I think so far, is the MAC Hydrating Foundation, but I also really liked the Fenty foundation. I don't know for sure if I will have my Fenty video up yet by the time this video comes out. I think I will. And if I do, I will link the card right up there and you can check out that video if you want to. But today we're going to be talking about the Shape Tape Face Tape. So if you want to know exactly what the Shape Tape Face Tape foundation is like on this skin and this face, and what my thoughts are on this foundation, then hang out for about the next 2 seconds and you'll be able to start watching that happen. Okay, so this is the Face Tape foundation from Tarte Cosmetics, and on the side they have hashtag Shape Tape Nation. This is a new product within their Shape Tape line. You know, they have the Shape Tape Primer and the Shape Tape Concealer, the iconic concealer that everyone mostly knows. If you don't, I'm sorry, you must be new to the community. But this is the foundation version of Shape Tape, and a little bit of information on this foundation is that it is $39 and this comes in 50 shades. That is a very good shade range. I think so anyway. I don't typically have problems finding shades in foundations for myself, but I have friends who do and I know the struggle is real. And I feel like 50 shades is a good number to start with. The description for this product is, inspired by our iconic Shape Tape concealer, this long-wearing full coverage foundation mattifies, hydrates, and brightens your appearance. We've bottled up your skin smoothing filters, selfie settings, and Instagram feedback to create the foundation of your dreams. Plus, this baby comes in 50 shades with 5 undertones. What it does: long-wearing full coverage with a natural matte finish, transfer-proof, waterproof, and sweat-proof to keep you flawless through work and play. Those are big claims: transfer-proof, waterproof, and sweat-proof. Snow mushroom extract, apple fruit extract, and hyaluronic acid hydrate and brighten appearance. Pair with Shape Tape Contour Concealer for double the perfection. This is formulated without parabens, mineral oil, phthalates, triclosan, sodium lauryl sulfate, or gluten. And the directions are: dispense 1 to 2 pumps of foundation to the back of your hand, lightly dab onto skin using clean fingertips, use the paddle to perfection, brush, or damp shaper sponge to blend from the center of the face outwards, apply more pumps as needed until complexion perfection is achieved. Okay, got it. I like that this has hyaluronic acid in it. That really works with my skin typically anyway. I have hyaluronic acid serums that I use all the time, and that really helps hydrate my skin because I typically have normal to dry skin. It only gets dry if I don't maintain it, like cleanse, tone, and moisturize, and use hyaluronic acid daily. So typically that helps me a lot. I'm hoping that this is going to be hydrating enough that it won't get cakey and weird on me. If so, that's gonna be really awesome. I got the shade 22N. I'm always somewhere right in the middle with a neutral undertone, simply put. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. Oh wow, it looks like a giant Shape Tape concealer. If you have never seen the concealer, this is what the concealer looks like. So we have the foundation and the concealer. That's so cute. It's definitely from the same line. Now, I washed my face this morning, but I worked since then, so I'm gonna use one of my Yes2 cotton facial wipes and clean my face, essentially, just to make sure I have no grossness. You never wanna start with grossness on your skin because that's what makes acne happen. And I'm not in the mood for a breakout. If you didn't know, I kind of hurt my eyes the other day playing with makeup, and I've been trying to let them heal, so I'm being very gentle around my eyes. So I'm gonna try and stay the most consistent with my normal foundation routine as possible. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not trying anything new so that I'll know that it's the foundation going wrong if something does go wrong. Gonna start out with my Too Faced Hangover RX Primer and Setting Spray. That feels so amazing. I guess we're gonna kick it old school and use my Tarte Poreless Primer. It seems fitting we're using Tarte. Now that I'm primed, it's time to go in with the foundation. I didn't see anywhere where it said shake well. It didn't say it online. It doesn't say it on the container or the box. So I guess we don't have to shake it. That feels so weird not to do. That's pretty. The gold, it's classy looking. Now I don't have the Tarte sponge, so I'm just gonna take my Morphe sponge. This is what I use every time I put my foundation on, as you would know. So this will be the most consistent with my normal routine. Let's start with one and just see how far it goes. Did I get the right shade? Sorry if you see me looking like over there a lot. That's where my mirror is. I put it as close to my camera as I could so that I wouldn't be like looking over here all the time, but I wanted to still be able to see myself and be close to looking at you guys at the same time. So if you see me looking over there, that's why. It's mirror there, monitor there, you there. So far, finish is good. It's definitely matte. There's absolutely no shine to my face at all. It seems like it's really good coverage though. It seems like it's definitely going to full. That one pump didn't go quite as far as I wanted it to, but where it did go, it is very thick. Not like thick and cakey thick, but good coverage thick. Now the second pump. I'm sitting here trying to like zoom in like with my mirror and analyze exactly how this is sitting on my face and like critique it, I guess, but I'm not finding anything wrong so far. I still want to add another layer. I like really full coverage and see just kind of how it stacks up. I've been looking at it for, I don't know, probably 5 minutes, I guess, after I put on the second pump. So let's go on with a third and see exactly how a third's gonna build up on it. And then I think after the third, I'll probably go in with concealer and bronzer and contour and all the fun stuff and see how everything builds up on it. You know, also bear in mind that the instructions never said to use a wet or dry sponge. My sponge is wet, just so you're aware, so that will have a bearing on my finish versus a finish if you use it dry or if you use a brush even. I will say though, now that I have the foundation applied everywhere, I really do like this finish. It is matte, but it's not like dry cakey matte, it's just not shiny. That's all. And I really like that. It's not emphasizing my pores or doing anything extra that any other foundation might bring out. I actually kind of like this, honestly. But the real true test is gonna be if it's gonna stack up with all of my other complexion products. So, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Light Medium. Oh no, I think I'm running out of concealer. I already ran out of my Makeup Revolution concealer. And before I blend that out, I'm gonna go ahead and get my powder ready so that I can go ahead and set this immediately as soon as I blend it out. I'm gonna be using my Pure Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is one that I've used for a long time and I know it works for my skin. And like I said, I'm trying to stay consistent, so. Okay, that is all blended out. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it immediately. And since I always bake, I'm going to leave this powder on and I'm gonna run a light coat of powder all over the rest of my face before I go in with my powder contour. I know I've been using a lot of cream contour lately, but for a foundation review, I started with powder contour and bronzer. So I want to use that today since I'm more comfortable with it, like I know it better, just so I can really test this foundation and make sure that it's gonna be able to hold up to things. I'm gonna use my butter bronzer in the shade Bronzer and my Tarte Park Ave Princess Chisel palette for my contour. I'm gonna set my face with powder with the JS2 Jeffree Star Morphe brush. I'm also gonna go ahead and wipe away this bake. I've got powder floating around everywhere right now. Do you think makeup wipes work in the air? So far, just with setting that foundation, my face is really soft looking. My pores are filled in and covered. There's not any abnormal creasing. My skin actually looks pretty good. My face feels really soft too. But regardless, now I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. I'm just using a big fluffy brush. Now that I'm dying from powder inhalation, we have finished our bronzer. And now going in with the Luxie 680 and my Park Ave Princess Chisel palette. I'm gonna use the shades Princess Cut and Angle and just kind of switch between those over and over until I get the definition that I want. Guys, I'm really liking this foundation. So far, everything has just built on top of it beautifully. My skin looks so good right now. Everything is smooth and it looks airbrushed and everything's gone right. Like everything has just built up slowly but surely on top of the foundation. The foundation hasn't lifted at all. It hasn't moved around. It just looks good. I mean, I have no complaints. Nothing's like cracking up or breaking. It's not settling. It just looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some Watermelon Slay All Day setting spray from Gerard Cosmetics and kind of set all these powders in my face and see just kind of what everything looks like at that point. Ugh, that's even better. Spraying it just made all of the powders that were sitting on top melt into the foundation and it looks even better than it did before. So far I have absolutely no complaints. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and eyes off camera, probably go ahead and put some lashes on, and once I finish everything, I'll come back with the final look and my final thoughts for this foundation. So give me just a minute and I will be right back. Guys, I honestly think that this foundation is gonna be like my new favorite because I just created this look with the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. If you haven't seen that review, I'll go ahead and link it in the card right up here, and I will also link it down below in the description box. Needless to say, I put a lot of powder under my eyes and swiped it away to protect myself from fallout just in case. And this foundation held up to me wiping my face over and over again, and it still looks so good. The highlighter that I put on looks amazing on top of that foundation, and the blush that I layered on top of it, everything just stacks so great on top of this. It kind of reminds me of my MAC hydrating foundation because it is hydrating. It's not sticking anywhere, it's not creating any dry patches anywhere. Plus, the thing that's the coolest is whenever I put on eyeshadow, because I have hooded eyes, I always have to do like that, like all the time, because I have to get the eyeshadow brush like way up in there. I did that for like 30 minutes straight. It's probably been about 2 hours since I said I was gonna put on the eyeshadow, and this is what the foundation looks at that point. So I can honestly say that I think I might have found my new favorite. I'm gonna keep using this and just keep putting it to the test and see if it's something that I will continually love. But for now, this is definitely for me. And with it having hyaluronic acid in it, I would almost think that it would even be okay for oily skin. You have to remember that I'm normal to dry. So with this having a hydrating acid in it, it's almost like boosting my skin in a way. But hyaluronic acid also helps for oily skin, typically, because it's giving the skin the hydration that it actually needs. So I don't know, it seems like it would also work for oily skin. I haven't seen any reviews on it yet, so I'm not really sure what other people think about it. I just know what I think about it on my skin. So yeah, I think that this is definitely worth the buy based on the fact it's kind of gonna be my new favorite. But yeah guys, that concludes this video. I hope that you had fun reviewing the Tarte Face Tape foundation with me. And if you guys have tried it, let me know how it worked for you. Was it also like nourishing for your skin and actually look good and hydrated? Did you get any dry patches with it? Did it fall off? Did it bunch up? How did it work for you guys? Let me know. If you haven't, let me know, are you gonna get it? Is it something that you might be interested in? Regardless, I'm so glad you guys came to hang out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and had a good time hanging out. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, I would be more than happy to have you join the family. If you'd like to stay up to date with me, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It's just at ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing else from coming to my channel, at least gain this: to always remember and never forget, that you're beautiful. Bye guys. You know what? If you're still here, there's probably a little circle right here. And if there is, you can hit that little circle and subscribe to my channel. There's also 2 little boxes on either side of that circle. One of them is the previous video I uploaded. The other one is the video that's suggested to you based on your previous watch history. If you want to, you can actually watch one of those videos now if you have time.